You know what sound that is, folks. You betcha. That's another Noon Whistle. I'm Chris Trottier.
And I'm John Anslone, and I am at the Elkhorn Area High School, the Hub, otherwise known as the library, way back when, with
Gina
Rebecca.
Rand.
Oh, and Gina Rand, who really wanted to introduce herself.
Story of my life.
You went like this.
She's been really anxious to do this. So good for you, John. We're going to talk a little bit about what they do. We're going to talk a little bit about Maker Fest this past weekend, and then they're going to show us what they call the Cube, and I'm going to save that for later.
All right. I love it. I love it. So, all right. So you guys kind of had a big day last weekend, or big weekend last weekend. I mean, tell us what it is, how you got started, and talk about how great it went.
Okay. So I think this is Chris's way of lateraling into the fact that he introduced this idea to us.
I don't think I'm not taking credit for that. I think that was Jason Chandler. He's putting the money behind it.
We're talking Maker Fest now, right?
We are.
Yeah. Right. So Maker Fest this year, it used to be Maker Fair, was originally an idea several years ago. Chris Stradier introduced Erica Card and I to produce this big Maker Fair, and it became a huge success over that first year. And we've been doing it for, I think this is our 6th year if you don't include the COVID years. So a little bit of a hiccup with the snowstorm that came our way this year, and we were a little worried with that, but I think it may have been one of our record-breaking years. Wow. Yeah, it was great attendance. We had a couple makers that couldn't make it because of weather and whatnot, but other than that, it was fantastic. What the Maker Fest is basically a bunch of people from all over Wisconsin and Illinois, makers, enthusiasts, hobbyists, that come and just make and show what they do. It's an opportunity for families to get out in the middle of winter, bring their kids, and just tinker and do a whole bunch of hands-on activities and kind of learn and be engaged and have fun. They're there all day long, and I was there all day and I didn't hit half of the booths. So it's just fantastic event. And yeah.
If someone asked me the question, what is Maker Fest? How would I answer that?
Lately, because we've expanded so much, I've been kind of calling it an indoor festival, an indoor fair. There's shows, there's food, there's tons of free opportunities.
Hands-on activities all day.
Yes, hands-on, very low cost and affordable for our families, thanks to community partners and sponsorships. That's kind of the goal, is to keep this event as free or low cost as possible for our local families, and they love it. And they join us year after year and are excited every year to come. And it's just a lot of fun.
Tesla, what do they call it?
Tesla coil.
Coil.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. The Tesla coil has been with us every year since we began. The Maker Fest, we also bring in an artist who is a Rubik's Cube and Lego artist from Rutgers University. He flies in from New Jersey and does an art piece every year. And this year he did Elmer Elk. And we actually collaborated with some community partners to purchase this and donate it to Purple and Gold this year.
Oh, that's awesome. John, I don't know if, I'm sure you attended and had a role in this, but I don't think people understand the amount of work that goes into this. I mean, Rebecca, Erica, the district, the custodians. I mean, this thing, obviously, Rebecca's taken the lead role on this. Erica's also heavily involved. Gina, I'm sure you're somehow involved, since you're involved with everything great in our school district.
So actually, Chris, over the years, my role has become limited. They don't even really get a hold of me anymore unless they need supplies or something like that, which they have got this down so well, and it's so organized, and they have their routine, and when they hit certain points that they do certain things. It's absolutely amazing. And the whole thing is amazing. I know, do you guys have the group that comes and they have an old record player? And they put the records on and they spin, and you take paint and you can make designs. I mean, there's anything from robots, like she said, Legos, to making T-shirts, to
culinary arts.
Yeah, if you can make it, you can take it.
Yeah.
So I think the reason what I love about that event is, and why we wanted to really have these two amazing professionals on, is because we're celebrating CT month. And that's all about making stuff and changing how schools prepare the next generation of employees and learners. And it's just an incredible event. And I want to jump in a little bit here because obviously the Noon Whistle, we keep her tight. Gina, talk a little bit about the broadcasting club. So we'll pivot a little bit because I think that's a really unique thing that our district's doing, that you and the IT team, and I'm sure, Rebecca, you're getting pulled into it somehow since you guys, no, not yet? Okay.
Yeah, she does.
She
Yeah.
tries.
Like I get pulled into Maker Fest, she gets pulled into broadcasting.
I think talk a little bit about that, how that started and where that went.
So it's actually an interesting story. Many years ago when my daughter was playing like softball and basketball, my dad's not very mobile, so I would just bring an iPad and my husband and I would just live stream that so he could watch it. And it kind of then morphed into bigger because so many people then started watching it. I think probably our big turning point was COVID. We had done it for quite a few years before that, but once COVID hit, we could not have any people in the stands. We couldn't have any, all we could have was the players on the court, or in a field. So we actually then we stepped it up. We got equipment for outside, all around, good, the infrastructure, IT department helped a ton with making sure we had Wi-Fi outside at field, inside in the gyms. We started having students, we got a pretty good group of students now that come in, and quite a few of them have actually turned into kids that have gone to school for broadcasting, which is, I think, something that just makes us so proud that, probably 5 or 6 of them have actually gone on to broadcasting.
You do a great job leading.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this.
So much.
Thank you. Thanks.
John.
So, yeah.
Without question, the best in the business, the best performing, the ability to watch it, changing camera angles, the score. I mean, nothing against my friends in Burlington, but you can't even see the score.
Yeah, we've got, Jake Rasmussen has done a great job providing us with the equipment to have a good scoreboard. Our kids came up with this year the herd highlights, which is we have one of our kids runs around, takes good clips, B-roll, everything going on in the gym. He runs upstairs, throws it together, and it's a 1-minute highlight at the end. That's really been a great addition this year. We've had you guys commentating, which I get such great reviews on that whenever I can, Chris, you did a commentating with John Handel does it. I have a couple students that want to get into it that have been really good about learning their stats, and I get great feedback from that. So I'm enjoying that we now have added that in.
Well, you're also adding another level to the experience. Talk a little bit about the Broadcasters Association field trip you have coming up.
Okay, so we do a couple neat trips, but we have this weekend. We all are going to Lambeau Field, and it is for all kids that are broadcasting, and they have externships, internships, jobs. All the schools are there that have broadcasting programs. They have a lot of simulations that the kids get up there and they can act like news people, and they're doing news and green screen, they're reading, they're doing radio. So there's a lot of stations where the kids get to go and actually try hands-on activities. And there's a lot of breakout sessions. So we have 12 kids going up. We have a couple vans going. We had shirts made for the high school, which I love that we're, publicizing the high school. And they're all excited. It's a long day. They're all worried about being here at 5:30 in the morning on Saturday. That's the biggest concern.
We'll get there. We do that for IMTS. John, what do you think? Should we take a little tour of the hub? I did want to circle back real quick. Rebecca, did you want to announce any of the investors in the Maker Fair?
Oh, yes.
Or no, you want to keep them quiet.
Okay. So Applied Material Solutions has been our Goldsmith sponsor now for the past couple of years, and they actually just committed to doing next year's sponsorship as well. So it's amazing. Edge Broadband has been here since the beginning, and so they're one of our top tier sponsorships. And then along with them are Gateway and Cunis and CCI and even Casey's General Store. We have tons of amazing community partners, and we would not be able to do the event without them. So
that's great support. Chris, the last thing I want to do before we head to the Cube, and they'll explain what the Cube is and what they do there is, part of our mission is being in the top 10%, and I think these two hit it. these two hit it with what they do, and they are in the top 10% of what they do, not only around Walworth County, but beyond.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks to
There's
them
no
for all they
question.
do and opportunities they provide and community partnerships they're involved in. So let's go check out that cube. What do
I'm
you
going to
think?
do one more quick shout out.
Oh, you can't.
We have one more.
Okay.
Can't do it
We
for-
have quite a few students that came back to help out with the Maker Fest.
Oh my
So
gosh,
they've
yes.
graduated. They're well on their way
Oh.
to their careers and their lives.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Aiden,
Januska.
David
Okay, yeah.
Redford, Caleb Weiss, we're all here Friday, all day Saturday, running
Yeah.
things, enthusiastic, positive, and
Yep,
it's
not a
just
question asked.
no,
We'll
it's
be
just
there.
it's just so rewarding to
That's
have these
awesome.
kids come back and just donate their time for
That's
us.
not an
Yeah.
accident.
So-
That's called relationships. And good for
Right,
you guys.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, John, let's go for a walk.
We're gonna
Okay.
flip the camera, and I'm going to let them take us on a little tour.
Okay. I'm glad
All right.
Gina's there to help you.
Thank you. You did it.
Okay, coming to the cube. Thank you for the opportunity to show off our classroom.
Do you want to go in there?
Let's start in
After?
here.
Okay.
So this is our digital innovations class. We started out with digital innovations 1. Can we turn that off? Maybe the
Yeah.
and now we have expanded to digital innovations 2. This is also one we have to give a shout out to Chris Trottier for, because maybe 5 years ago we were up at a Slate conference and going to a bunch of sessions. We were sitting together and I was like, we really should do something with our makerspace, and turned it into a class. He was all on board. We pulled Rebecca into it. We got all our machines. The school and administration has been, are you in this picture? The school and administration has been fantastic in making this area work. And I think so many schools get into a problem. They put in a fab lab or a makerspace and it sits there because they don't know how to implement it.
Right.
They don't know how to cover it, and they don't know how to
Yep.
educate people to use it and get people proficient. So Chris jumped all over that and was like, let's make it a class. Let's put it in this space. My office had been upstairs. I was a little more in IT. I moved to an office down here. So Rebecca and I are here to cover this at all times.
Yeah.
We open it up before school, after school. We try to get community events in here, and we pretty much just man this during our lunch and study hall. So kids can come in and we have it open if they're in here working on a project. It's
Yep.
class kids. It's kids that have been previously in the class. They come in here. I kind of like how you said, they all get along.
And once they're here, they don't leave.
They don't leave. It's
So
it's
We got
very
them
inclusive.
freshman year
They
and
just
senior year.
right.
They're still coming.
it's all
in, so-
grade levels. All 4 grade levels get along. They work on projects. They collaborate.
Yep.
We kind of, with this class, we named it the cube, and it's sometimes a little tricky, like why the cube, but we have our little sign here, but the 6 C's of 21st century skills or learning. And these are all the things that we do in here. And the kids come in and they do this. It's all project based. We kind of like to say that the high school in general is a great high school for not having a lot of problems, but we do not have problems in here with these kids. It's hands-on learning.
Yeah.
They're working together. They're running things off each other, and they're busy. Kids that are done with projects, they either want more advanced projects or they'll go and help. They'll just go and volunteer and help other students. So
That's awesome.
Could you
Yeah.
take us on a little tour of all this?
Yep.
Yeah, John, let's see what types of equipment are in there. I want to see what's
Okay.
in.
We're gonna
All
go-
right.
we're gonna go around the
okay,
horn
we'll
here.
kind of go around the room here.
Right.
Oh,
And Rebecca, you just jump
you're
right
going
in.
counterclockwise. I like it.
Talking. So we're going to start out with, let's start over here. We have this embroidery machine, and this has been a really fun addition to our classroom. Right now, we had one that we had bought that it was kind of a lemon and didn't work well with us. We recently purchased this one. It's easy to use. We are collaborating with the advanced sewing class. They're coming in next week. They're all going to learn how to do it. They're going to do it with some of their quilting. Today, a couple of our kids finished projects early. They were over here. We taught them how to do it, and they were all doing their own embroidery. So right now we have one ElkWorks Noon Whistle. It's ready to go. We just unlock it, and we go ahead and hit it.
Look at that, Chris.
Nice.
It's red color, so we're doing purple with the gold thread. And this is going to be a gift for you guys. We have a few for you today.
All right.
Okay, we have a bob and thread error, so we can walk away.
This is actually a perfect opportunity to talk about the troubleshooting. section of our
Troubleshooting on
class.
here all the time. So it helps that we have artistic and technology to keep this room running smooth.
So this is proof that it does work, though. It
yes,
does
we have
work.
a hat hoop here, so it can do hats. We can embroider about anything in here.
Nice.
This table here is a bunch of our projects. You want to go ahead and talk one or two? We can kind of share what some of these projects are.
In Digital Innovations 1 right now, we are doing vinyl. So they learned how to stack different colors of vinyl to make designs. They just got done with this one today, I believe. We do a lot of laser cutting, laser engraving. So that's what a lot of these are. So they, depending on if they're in Digital Innovations 1 or 2, they might have to do more calculation work. And like actually fix or put things together with different joints and such.
This one for DI2 gets a little tricky because they have to figure out the calculations on how to actually do tongue and groove. They have to calculate how much material is burnt away to make it fit together. Yep. So they then go from there making lamps and lanterns. So this is kind of a neat project because there's a lot of math calculations in on that to figure out how to make that all work and stick together.
Yep. Their goal.
Bringing in some math too.
Yeah, their goal for this is to not have to use any glue. So other than for like decorative.
Yeah, we pretty much are no glue. Yeah, we have like a no glue rule.
So, and then this is.
We got to step it up. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, come here. Those are all our projects. Let's walk down here. This is important. This is 3D printing. We have 10 3D printers. We have some new ones out there that are multicolor, multi-filament ones. What we like about the Dremels is it's a national certification. So the kids walk away from here in DI1 with a national certification, which is real big here in the high school, is getting these certifications. Mm-hmm. So they learn design, they learn how to troubleshoot, they learn how to 3D print. And by the time they're out of DI1, they're very good at it. These are laser engravers. We have glow forges. Yep, we do laser engraving, cutting on all types of materials, layered projects. We teach the kids, you know, they do Corel Draw in here to learn how to make cut files. This is a lot of skills involved in doing this, and they walk away from this and proficient. We do have a little present for you, Chris. We have a 3D print going. It's right here.
Oh boy, this will be good.
It's right here. This ought to be good. It's a doorstop. So this is printing. You'll get this later. And did we get our laser engraver going?
Yep.
We have
CNC machines.
CNC machines, which we have a lot of them in our green screen room, but these are our CNC machines. Kids do fantastic things, cribbage boards, the Cracker Barrel, you know, games, and lots of wood games and lots of neat stuff there.
This is
another gift for you. This was a laser engrave. Go ahead, you want to pull it out and give it to them, present it to them?
It's not fully finished because it was too loud and you told me to turn it off. So
there's a sign for you guys. Like we have these signs around here. But there's a noon whistle for you guys done on the laser engraver.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
And if you just real quick, John, want to come in here, we'll just show you our green screen room because that's kind of a big area that Rebecca and I have kind of worked at and we're kind of proud of.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap it up in the green screen room.
Yes, we are. Quickly.
No rush. No rush.
Okay.
Awesome library.
This is an area that, oh yeah, we didn't talk about windmills, but this is our green screen room, our podcasting area for students, and also all of our CNC machines are in here. When we do green screen, we real quick put all of this away, but this is a real good area for those skills. So I think that quickly kind of wraps up what we're doing.
No, that, you know, John, it's amazing. I think in the last, I'm trying to just do the math in my head or count. In the last probably 3 weeks, I think I've been in 10 manufacturing facilities. Okay. And you think about all the skills that Gina and Rebecca just covered, have embedded into a library tradition, you know, what used to be a traditional library area. And I mean, from problem solving to CNC to makerspace to additive technologies. I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. You know, and you think about the opportunity and access kids have to be career ready. I mean, this is something I want to share with our manufacturers because they have no idea that everyday kids who maybe not even having an interest in being at Scott Forge or Swiss Tech or Brunk Industries or Reader Precision Solutions are doing this on their own. And these kids don't understand the skills that they have.
Right.
And it's fun. It's fun stuff.
It's fun stuff. They're learning and they're having fun. And we do really appreciate that the community and administration supports this sort of thing to make this possible.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this doesn't happen without great people. I mean, that's what this comes down to in relationships. And I think it's easy to support the two of you and to support great ideas and great opportunities. And And knowing both of you, you wouldn't, if we didn't, you'd say yes and find a way to get it done anyways, which speaks to the will you have. Right? I mean, as that sounds sarcastic, but it's true. I mean, that's the will you have to do great things and invest in the community and our kids. And that's a compliment to both of you.
Well, thank you, Chris.
you.
All right.
Yeah. John, what do you think?
You know, I think it's interesting that the theme has run true since we've been doing different areas of the school for CTE month. It's access, opportunity, and experiences all the way around, no matter where we've stopped and what classroom we've been in. And that's pretty amazing.
And I also, as we've been going around, I have an idea too, but we really need to start like.
Make us work.
I really think we need to pull some people together because you guys are everybody's making stuff that people want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That is true. That is true.
Right. Yeah.
And that's true. You know, even with the CNC machines, one of our really fun projects is we teach the kids all how to play cribbage. And they all groan when we tell them we're going to teach them a math game. And then they beg us the rest of the try to be able to play that. But then they make boards. They learn how to do CNC digging out. They resin and make beautiful boards. I am going to do one shout out on that. Wausau Homes donates a lot of their leftover wood parts to us. We have lots of wood to be able to do that, so we don't have to purchase it. So Julie and Greg Ingersoll, thank you very much for that.
That's awesome.
But, it enables our kids to be able to do these kind of projects, and we could join Bill Sargent in selling our cribbage boards. That's how beautiful they come out.
They were huge with the Maker Fest too. They did a huge Lego contest, and every year they've been there to do that and support us as well.
So much of what we do in this district, it takes a community, right?
It does. It does.
The school district, but it takes. They say it takes a village, and it really does.
It does.
Partner
It does.
And share.
Yep. So.
Wow. That was, I'm exhausted watching 21 minutes. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness, you know.
All right. John, any parting ways, any shout outs, any thank yous? I think we got plenty of them. Keep doing the work. I'll just say this. If you're a local employer and you're looking for talent, they're creating your next talent pipeline. And if you want to support this and be a part of this, just give us a call. Any one of the four of us, we'll get you connected because as John said, it takes a village and we can do great things together when we are together. So John, anything else?
No, I think, you know, you guys were worried before we started about, they didn't have a tip up, you know, like Bill did when we had him on.
Although we were part of that tip up project.
And I think they topped it. They topped it. There's more here. Bill's got nothing on.
I agree.
I'm here for ideas.
All right, John, on that note, it's time to go back to work. Here we go.
Right.
Okay, thank you.